Isabella Guzman, a name whispered in fear. 17-year-old Isabella Guzman. Seemingly ordinary, just another face in the crowd. Yet, behind her youthful gaze lurked a chilling secret, one that would shatter the tranquility of her Colorado town. A secret so dark, it would leave an indelible mark on everyone who heard her name. On August 8, 2013, Isabella committed a crime so horrific, so brutal, that it sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. The night was filled with sirens and flashing lights, a stark contrast to the usual calm. Her own mother, Yun Mi Hoi, became the victim of her unimaginable rage. A mother-daughter bond, torn apart in the most violent way imaginable. Whispers of the murder spread like wildfire. The small town buzzed with rumors and speculations, each more horrifying than the last. People who knew Isabella, or thought they did, grappled with disbelief. How could the sweet girl they once knew be capable of such a heinous act? How could a young girl be capable of such violence? The question echoed in the minds of everyone who heard the news. The answer, as the investigation would reveal, lay buried in the complex tapestry of Isabella's life, woven with threads of mental illness, a turbulent family life, and a darkness that ultimately consumed her. A darkness that had been festering, unnoticed until it erupted in a moment of unimaginable horror. Troubled waters, the making of a tragedy. Looking back, there were warning signs. Isabella's behavior had become increasingly erratic in the months leading up to the murder. She was prone to fits of anger, often directed at her mother. Some whispered about possible mental health issues, a darkness that lingered beneath the surface. Her relationship with her mother was particularly strained. Arguments were frequent, their once close bond replaced by a chasm of resentment and anger. Isabella's mental state, it became tragically clear, was deteriorating. She was later diagnosed with schizophrenia, a cruel twist of fate that offered a glimpse into the turmoil brewing within her mind. The night evil took hold. The day began like any other, but as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the suburban landscape, a sense of unease settled over the Guzman household. Isabella and her mother argued again, their voices sharp and filled with animosity. Then, silence. The horrifying truth emerged. Isabella, in a psychotic break from reality, had brutally attacked her mother. The details, too gruesome to recount, painted a picture of unimaginable violence. Stabbed over 100 times, Yun Mi Hoi didn't stand a chance against her own daughter's fury. Justice and its price. The trial and public response. The courtroom was filled with tension as the trial of Isabella Guzman began, a case that had captured the attention of the entire nation. News of the matricide sent shockwaves through the community. Neighbors and friends were left in disbelief, struggling to comprehend how such a tragedy could occur in their midst. People struggled to reconcile the image of the young girl they knew with the horrific crime she had committed. Memories of her as a cheerful and kind child clashed with the brutal reality of her actions. The trial was a media spectacle, with every detail dissected and debated. Reporters from across the country flocked to the courthouse, eager to capture every moment of the proceedings. Isabella pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Her defense team argued that her mental state at the time of the crime rendered her incapable of understanding her actions. The prosecution argued that while she suffered from schizophrenia, she understood the gravity of her actions. They presented evidence to show that she had planned the crime meticulously. The defense countered that she was in the throes of psychosis, unable to distinguish right from wrong. They brought in expert witnesses to testify about her severe mental illness. In the end, the court sided with the defense. The judge ruled that Isabella was not guilty by reason of insanity, a decision that sparked further debate among the public. Isabella was found not guilty by reason of insanity and committed to a mental health facility. There, she would receive the treatment she needed, away from the public eye, as the community continued to grapple with the aftermath of the tragedy. In the shadow of a nightmare, the aftermath. The night was eerily silent, the air thick with the weight of unspeakable sorrow. The tragedy left an indelible mark on all involved. The community gathered, their hearts heavy with grief, as they mourned the loss of a beloved soul. Yun Mi Hoi's family struggled to cope with their loss, forever haunted by the brutal nature of her death. Each day was a painful reminder of the void left behind. Isabella, confined to a mental institution, began the long and arduous journey of treatment and recovery. Her days were filled with therapy sessions and moments of deep introspection. The case served as a stark reminder of the devastating power of mental illness. It highlighted the urgent need for better mental health care and support systems. It ignited a conversation about the importance of mental health awareness and access to resources. Communities began to rally, advocating for change and support for those in need. Though nothing could bring back Yun Mi Hoi, her story became a tragic testament to the need for greater understanding and compassion for those battling mental health issues. Her memory served as a catalyst for hope and change, inspiring many to take action.